Alright, well here's where I'm at with this Cushman engine. I patched the radiator. Does hold water now. There's my copper patches right there, and one JB Weld patch as a last minute thing. I might redo that and solder someday, but not today. But I got all them patches down there done. Got one big patch here. And there's another one up underneath here. There's a patch. I know it doesn't hold any pressure, but what I did is I hooked it up to the garden hose and plugged the openings with my hands, and you know, the water was just gushing around my hands, but it wasn't gushing anywhere else. So I'm guessing there's no more holes. I've partially degreased the engine. You can see there's some green paint here on the flywheel. There's probably more under the grease in these spokes, but I haven't gotten to that yet. Some nice green paint there. I don't know if you can tell here, but all this is, there's some dark green paint under here. Well, this is bare here, but there's green paint under here. Green paint on the breather. Green paint on the back. It's not that bad. I was actually pretty pleased with it. But I went through the carburetor, resealed that. Float was alright. I just have to hook up a choke lever for it, and maybe someday find an air filter. If I didn't mention it in a previous video, I'll mention it now that the magneto, the Bosch magneto, had spark when I got it, so left that alone, didn't touch it. Put a different oiler on it. This is actually the oiler that came on the Novo, and I got new glass for it, new O-rings, and I decided to put it on here. I think it fits the size pretty well. It wasn't too difficult to get it unstuck, really. You know, after sitting for a month with PB blaster in the cylinder, I just put a pipe wrench in the crankshaft and it broke right free. Right now I'm what I have left to do is clean the fuel tank, which sits up here, sits on these hangers, and I need a copper crush washer or copper O-ring for the intake valve cage, which sits under here. Believe it or not, even without that copper O-ring, I mean this is tightened by a wrench, not really tight, but it's snug. It actually does have some compression. So, you know, I don't know if I would try to run it, but you know, I probably could if I wanted to. It's not great compression, but it's there. Also need to just do the exhaust. Originally had a pipe just came out to about here, which, you know, wasn't that bad, but you know, when I start it, I kind of have to grab the flywheel right here, and wouldn't want the exhaust coming right to my face. That would be too fun. But other than that, should be ready to go. So look out for you know, a first start video in the next few days once I get that O-ring. I have already ordered it from Hit and Miss Enterprises, so it should be here sometime this week. And give it a start once, and I'll have to make a little base for it too. It's not bolted down right now. The other thing is the leather belt was broken, which the leather belt runs from this pulley here up to the fan pulley right here. That was broken when I got it, so I don't have any leather belt material that narrow. It's about 1 inch wide. See the pulley there. So I might make a rubber belt just to get by and run it with that. It should hold up fine. You know, it's not really going at too high of a speed. So that's about it. kind of a neat looking engine. I was told at a show at Jacktown that the radiator models are actually fairly early, which is the opposite of what I was thinking. I thought, you know, a closed cooling system and a magneto would be a late variation, but I was told these were in the late teens, early to mid 20s when the radiator models were put out. So that's kind of neat. So that's it for now.